I'm standing here in our dahlia field today. We just recently had our season-ending killing frost. So as you can see behind me, what once was a beautiful field of almost 800 dahlias is now a very sad sight to be seen. So the next process begins of getting to dig out and store our dahlia tubers for the winter. So I'm going to take you along with me over the next few days and show you how I dig them up and get them ready for storage for over the winter. So as you can see, these dahlias have seen better days. They have been kissed by a season-ending killing. Green leaves is now crispy, dried up plant, and so what we need to do is get these out of the ground and ready to store. You actually do not have to wait for season-killing frost to store your dahlias. If your dahlias have been in the ground for at least 120 days growing, your tubers have developed enough that you can actually take out and store your dahlias for the winter time. I chose to keep mine in the ground until our killing frost, as I wanted to keep harvesting my dahlias. But if you have so many that you just need to get them out of the ground before that killing frost comes, you can also dig them up by just cutting them back and waiting a few days and then digging them out. So let's get started. Let's dive into taking the tubers out of the ground. All right, today's the day that we are going to start cutting back our dahlias so that we can dig up our tubers and get them ready for winter storage. So just a reminder that if you are in zone 7 or below, you will want to dig up your tubers because they will likely not make it through a harsh winter. Before we get started though, I wanted to go over my favorite tools that I like to use to get the dahlias out of the ground. So the first thing I like to have is a good set of loppers. These are what I'm going to use to cut the plants back before digging up the tubers. And then once the plants are cut back, I am going to use a pitchfork to gently lift the tubers out of the ground. Instead of using a shovel, I like to use a pitchfork because it is more gentle and less likely to damage your tubers. All right, so I am ready to cut back this plant here. And so to get started, what I am going to do is I'm going to just come in and make a cut, leaving just several inches of the stalk remaining. So I've got that cut back. This one's in my way here for demonstration. So I'm just going to pick this all up. I will compost all of these stalks. And I missed one right there, so let me use the loppers again. And I'm just gonna cut this back, clear out the area here. And so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pitchfork, and dahlia tubers can grow in size as they are in the ground. So what I want to do is I want to make sure I am far enough back that I am not going to pierce any of the tubers. So I'm about 8 inches back from the plant, and I'm going to just gently push back, and I'll probably have to rock this a couple times here. You can see the ground is starting to move. And I'm going to just rock this so that I can lift the tuber out of the ground here. And I'm being as gentle as I can because I don't want to break the plant. So I'm going to walk over to the other side. And if you have netting or anything like that around your dahlias, it is helpful to get that up before lifting the tubers. Some people like to even dig up their irrigation or take up their irrigation lines before getting started so there's nothing in the way. So now my dahlias are loosened up and they are ready to come out of the ground. All right, so this is loosened up and ready to come out of the ground. I'm just gonna gently shake this here. I don't wanna shake too much of the dirt off because I am not quite ready to divide my tubers yet. So by keeping a little bit of dirt on the tubers, I am going to insulate them and protect them as they are in storage before I wash and clean them. But oh my goodness, you guys, this was one tuber at the start of the season. Look at this, there's 20 plus tubers on this plant. Not all dahlia varieties will produce this many tubers. Some, like peaches and cream, I probably got 2 or 3 tubers per plant. But this right here, this is a bride-to-be. Look how many tubers she has produced. This is one of the best ways that you can multiply your tuber stock. So by digging up your tubers, when you wash and clean these and divide them and store them, I can go from 1 to probably 10 plus plants next year without spending another penny. So, all right, the next step will be to finish getting these out of the ground and then getting them ready for storage.